Good morning. Guess what? I forgot to plug my cable in. Give me one sec. There we go. Hopefully you can hear me now. Good morning. How are you today? It is Thursday, February the 11th. It is Thinking Thursday. My name is Karen and I'm here with Get Moving. As you already know, I am sure you are screaming at the screen right now. We know this. My name is Karen, I'm here with Get Moving, and Get Moving is all about helping people with mobility issues, disabilities, injuries, that kind of thing. We help them get some good solid exercise. 4 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We are here at 11 o'clock. If you missed that, that's no problem. You can catch us up via the website. The web address is up in the description up there somewhere. It is reesfitness.co.uk/getmoving. You've got the archive of all the old sessions there, going back right back. Coming up to a year of these things now. Oh my God, will it ever end? Yes, it will. My mum got vaccinated yesterday. That means that it's going to come to the end soon. Fantastic. So yes, if you have a disability of some kind, if you have a chronic medical condition, if you have an injury, if you're pre or post surgery, something like that, anything that stops you from moving quite as well as you hope, if you have a mobility problem, Get Moving can help you get with some solid exercise. Every day, 11 o'clock. Today is Thinking Thursday. And what has thinking got to do with exercise, you might ask? You might, I don't know, but I'm going to ask anyway. What has thinking got to do with exercise? It has got everything to do with exercise. Going through the motions is okay. I say this a lot. Just turning up, doing a few moves and leaving, that's okay. That will benefit you. You will improve by just doing that, by clocking in and clocking out. However, you will improve more and you'll improve quicker and to a greater extent if we think about what the hell we're doing. And by that I mean we think about what the exercises are, think about about how they should work, think about what they're doing to us, think about how we are doing them, and think about, importantly, how we can do them a little bit better. Because that's the whole goal. We want to make our bodies move and perform better. So we have to think about this and figure out how can we make it a little bit better. And so that's what we do on Thinking Thursdays. We're going to do all the exercises twice, because as we know, the second time is always better than the first time. We do the exercises once, and then that's the assessment. We're going to see how it actually works, how it affects us, how we do it. And then we're going to do it a second time immediately afterwards, and we're going to change something. I don't know what you're going to change. I'm going to give you advice and tips and stuff like that, but we're going to figure this out for ourselves. This is a personal thing because you are unique to you. You're different from me and different from everybody else. So you're going to figure it out for yourself. We're going to change something and see how that affects us. Does it make us better? Does it make it worse? Does it hurt or not? Whatever. We're going to change something and see what happens. 3 main things I like to change and experiment with. We change the speed of the exercise. We can make it faster or slower. How does that, does it make it easier, make it harder? Does it make it better or worse? But we change something, the speed, and see what happens. We can change the size of the movement. We can make a bigger movement or we can make a smaller movement. We experiment with it and we see how that affects the move, how it affects us and our performance of it. And we can change the complexity of the move. We can make it simpler, or we can make it more intricate, complicated, dexterous, that kind of thing. And again, we see what happens. Does it make things better or worse for us? But we experiment. That's the whole point of Thinking Thursday. We experiment and we think it through and find out what the result is. So that's my long-winded explanation. So let's get going. These exercises, as always, are suitable for pretty much everybody, whether you're seated or whether you're standing. I'm actually at least, I don't know, once every week or two, I'm asked, these exercises aren't suitable for people who are disabled and stuff. It's far too difficult. Well, again, I'm sorry, but we are all unique. These exercises will be too difficult for some people, but not many. The vast majority of people, disabled or otherwise, can do these or some very slight variations on these exercises. And that's what we find out on Thinking Thursday. What makes it work for us, okay? So if you're one of those people and you hear all the time, don't do that, you shouldn't be doing that. Should you be doing that? Let's find out if we should be doing this, okay? By giving it a go. Anyway, First exercise. I got off my soapbox there. Sorry, I went a bit of a rant. So first exercise, marching on the spot. If you are seated, it is just simply marching your feet up and down like so. Nice and simple. Again, you can assess how things are going, how easy, how hard it is to do that move. If we're standing, we're marching on the spot like so. We're going to do 20 seconds worth. And in that time, you're going to assess how it goes. How does it feel for you personally? Not for everybody else, not for what people think. How is it in reality? Okay. Marching on the spot in 3, 2, 1. Away we go. So, marching away. Thinking time. How is this? Is it easy? Is it hard? Does it affect your balance? Is one side better than the other? Does it hurt in one place but not another place? Just assess how the movement is for you. And now we're going to change something. Okay. Round 2, we do the same thing again, exactly the same, except we're going to change one thing. Now it could be we go faster or slower, change the speed, change the size, make it bigger or smaller, or we can change the complexity, make it a more intricate, dexterous, complicated move, or simpler. This one, a classic for me, is I'm going to make it bigger. I'm going to make it a bigger move. You decide what of those 3 variables you're going to change, and change it now. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I am going to make this a bigger move. Now I know this makes it harder, and by harder I mean better. A big move, especially here, makes it a more challenging and a better move for me. So that's my variable here. You might have a different one, but in that time, hopefully you found out whether it worked for you or not. Our next exercise, moving on. So that's the format we're going to do, okay? An exercise, assess it, the exercise a second time, and change something. So exercise number 2, shoulder rolls. So shoulder rolls or shoulder rolls, your choice which. In 3, 2, 1, away we go. So shrugging the shoulders, or if you can, rolling the arms. But again, now you're assessing how it is for you. Where does it hurt? Where is it tight? Where is it loose? How big or how small a move can it be? Is one side better or worse than the other? Now, hopefully you've got a rough idea of how it is for you now. And now you're going to change something. I'm going to change the speed. I'm going to make it faster. Okay? But you might change the speed, you might change the size, or might change the complexity of it. Your choice. You think it through. Round 2 in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So I am changing the speed. I'm going faster here. Now I can still do this move, but I can feel my muscles in my upper back working a bit more. I can also feel my breathing rising up. I can feel that this is also getting my cardio a bit more. Time. So you hopefully have learned something. By changing something slightly, you have learned something about yourself and about the move and how you can do it. It might be a good thing you've learned, it might be a bad thing you've learned, I don't know. But all knowledge is good, okay? Next exercise. We get better from learning something, basically, okay? Every day's a school day. It's a good one. Go back to school, all right? Knee bends, next exercise. Kicking the feet out, like so. If we're seated, we just kick the knees, or kick the feet using the knees. If we're standing, kicking the heels back towards the bum. In 3, 2, 1, go. So again, assess how it feels for you. Is it easy? Is it hard? What's the balance like? Is one side better than the other? Is it better if you're facing one direction or another direction? Is it better if you're talking or if you're quiet? I don't know. Assess how this move is for you. And now change something. Now I'm going to change the complexity of mine. I'm going to do it twice. Okay, I'm going to do a double kickback. I'm going to make it a more complicated move because, I don't know, let's try it. Let's see what goes. But you can change the speed, change the size, or change the complexity. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm doing a double kickback. I'm just making it a more complicated move. Now straight away I can feel that second one is a hell of a lot harder than the first one. The second kick there is a lot harder for me than the first one. Straight away, that makes it harder, challenging, better for me. Time. By just changing something, I have now learned something about myself and about the move and how it's going to affect me. Hopefully, you've learned something too. What we've got next? Twisty Sarahs. Sitting tall or standing tall. Same thing. Fold your arms. Twist one way. Twist the other way. And then repeat. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Big twist one way. Big twist the other way. Use your stomach muscles to move yourself from one side to the other. Make sure you're sat or stood tall. Don't slouch. But a nice big move from one way to the other. Time. So you've benchmarked yourself now. You've got a benchmark. You know what it is. Change something. I am going to change the speed slightly. I'm going to hold it there for a little bit longer. Okay? I'm going to slow it down this time. We can go faster or we can go slower. I'm going to slow down the move a bit. In 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm going to hold it there for a split second and hold it there for... Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I can hear from my voice that is just a little bit more hard work to be able to hold it in that extreme twist position there. I can feel my stomach muscles having to work a lot harder just by pausing there. So by changing the speed, I have changed the exercise. I've made it harder, easier, whatever. I know I'm saying this a lot today, but I'm really drumming this in, I hope. You are going to learn about yourself. Double taps. So if you're seated, sit tall, knee comes up twice. 1, 2, and then same on the other side. 1, 2, same on the other side, okay? If we're standing, this is where balance does come in. So if you're a bit iffy with balance, stand close to a wall or chair or table. You know the drill by now, but give your best shot. Double tap is going to be a knee raise twice, and the same on the other side. In 3, 2, 1, go. A double tap there, and a double tap there. And again, this is our first time. So you assess yourself, assess your balance, assess the size of the move, assess the speed, assess from left to right. Is one worse or better than the other? Just see how your body actually reacts to this movement to start off with. And time. Okay, now change the speed. You change the size or change the complexity of the move. Now I'm going to change complexity again. I'm going to do a triple tap. I've done this before. I have a rough idea of what it's going to do, but I'm going to do a triple instead of a double tap. You try something else. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I am going to do a triple there. 1, 2, 3. Now this is getting my balance more. I can feel it a lot more in this rising leg. In the front of my thigh there, that's having to work a lot more. And then I'm having to wobble a bit more to keep my balance. Time. I've changed some aspects of it, and it has changed the exercise, and it, by definition, it will change me. And that's what we're doing this for. We're hopefully changing ourselves for the better, obviously, but we're changing ourselves. Okay, next one, bendianas, side bends. Flexibility of your spine, okay? Definitely one arm bends down sideways and the other side sideways. So we're going side to side like so. If you can, you reach up over the top like so. Set yourself up in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Reaching from one side to the other. Nice big moves. Now you're going to assess yourself. Feel where you can feel a stretch, where you can feel a tightness, where you can feel what muscles doing what work and when, how the joints are feeling, to see how it all goes. Now we're going to change something. Speed, size, complexity. Now I'm going to do something a bit weird. I'm going to make it a smaller move. I'm not going to pull my arm over the top. I'm just going to do one arm to the side. I'm going to make it a smaller move. I have a rough idea of what's going to happen, but I'm going to test it out to see. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm just going to do the one arm going side to side. I'm not going to put my other arm over the top. Now, yep, I thought this would happen, and yep, it's true. This has made it easier for me. By making a smaller move is physically a lot easier for me. So if I need, say for example, if one day I wake up and I'm just feeling rough as a dog, and I just cannot face doing full-on exercise, I can make it a smaller, easier move, but I can still get my exercise in. I don't just jack it off and say, no, I'm feeling bad today, I'm not going to do anything. I just make it an easier, smaller move, but I still get my work done. There we go. What we got next? Squats and squats and sit stands. So, leg work now. If you have been seated, now it's your chance to get up. Feet back, body weight forwards, and then either stand once and stretch. Just really get your body nice and tall, bum in, chest up, good posture. Or if you want to do it for repetitions, you would then sit back and repeat. Sit back and repeat. And just do it as often as you can. You've got 20 seconds, do whatever you can. And again, see how it feels. If we are standing, squat time. Squatting down, sitting down, standing up. And repeat. See how it goes in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Down and up. My bum is sitting back into it. And then I'm standing up. My knees are staying out. But I am just seeing how it feels for me now. I'm assessing myself. Which bits are easy, which bits are hard, which bits are working, which bits are taking it easy. Time. And now we're going to change something. You decide what you're going to change. Change the speed, make it faster or slower. Change the size, make it lower or higher. Change the complexity. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it a bit more complex. Instead of keeping my feet exactly where they are, I am now going to put a little step in. I'm going to make a more complicated move. And I'm going to see what happens. You can do whatever you think of, okay? Round 2 in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm sidestepping and squatting. So I'm just making it a bit more complicated. Now this, straight away I can just feel my brain is working a bit more. I'm having to think about it. I've gotten used to normal squats over the years now. This, I'm having to think about it again now. It's quite interesting, it's nice. Time. So, change something, see what happens, and we learn from it. Ankles and tight ropes are next. So, everyone who's seated, ankle movements, get as much movement out of the ankles as you can. Bend and point the ankles. Heel, toe, touching the floor. And of course, both sides, okay? If we're standing, again, a classic balance exercise. Bear with me. My cable's going to get in the way in a sec. Classic balance exercise. You can do this along a wall, a table, back of a sofa, something like that. But imagine you have that tightrope on the floor, that line painted on the floor. Feet wide is easier. Feet narrow is harder. Now, walking forward, heel toe. Off we go. Heel toe, balancing and wobbling as we go. As always, as you know, every Wobble Wednesday, yesterday, we go through specific balance drills. If you want to practice your balance, have a look at yesterday's session. Well, now we've gone forward, now going backwards. Toes, heels, and indeed, toes, heels again. Who'd have thunk it, eh? But we're balancing. Seeing how things go here. Ooh, I nearly lost it, but I was able to recover. And there we go. That's round 1 then. So now we have a benchmark. We know what that feels like. Now we're going to change something. Change the speed. Change the size. Change the complexity. Now I'm going to change the speed. I'm going to go faster. Again, I've got a pretty good idea what's going to happen here, but we're going to test it out, see if I'm right or not. I'm going to go faster this time. But you change something, see what happens. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm just going to go a bit quicker. And yep, I was right. The quicker I go, the easier it is for me. It's like riding a bike. Riding a bike fast is better balancing than riding a bike really slow. Same thing, going backwards. Last time, off we go. Again, I'm going a nice swift pace, and I am feeling a hell of a lot more stable. By just increasing that speed, I have improved. Well, I've felt a hell of a lot more stable. My balance is better. So you try experimenting, and the reason I mention that is I've done this before with a few people and got them to go faster, and they have not wanted to at all. But when I've been horrible, I've made them go faster. They realise, oh my God, this is so much easier, this is so much nicer. But they would never have tried it until some bastard like me comes along and forces them to try it. So what I'm saying is, give things a try. Give things a try that you think won't work. They might not work, but you might learn something amazing from it. Give it a go. Anyway. What have we got next? Fast feet. Okay, bear with me. Got my timer. Let's change this. Okay, 10 seconds worth only, okay? Fast feet. If you're seated, running on the spot. Small, fast movements. If we're standing, again, running on the spot. Small, but fast movements. We're going to do 2 rounds of 10 seconds each. First one, assess yourself, see how it feels, and then we'll change something. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So, small, quick movements with the feet. Just up and down. And time. Give your legs a bit of a waggle. Okay, hopefully you know, you've learnt now through experience what that feels like for you. We're going to change something. Change the speed, go faster or slower. Change the size, make it bigger or smaller. Change the complexity, make it simpler or put something else in. But change something, see what happens. Now, again, I'm going to change the complexity. I'm going to add a little bit extra movement to it. And I have done this before, and I have learned this actually makes it easier for me. The more complicated this move is actually easier for me. Who knew? I didn't until I gave it a go. But let's try it. Round 2. So go, change the speed, change the size, change the complexity. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I am making it more complicated by stepping in and out. But doing that is a damn sight easier for me. I did not know that until I tried it a few weeks ago. I am learning things on Thinking Thursday. Hopefully you are too. That's the plan. Okay, last one. Shadow boxing. Let me change the timer again. Back up 20 seconds. So, 3 rounds. Final exercise. 3 rounds. Shadow boxing. Getting out of breath. So, seated or standing, makes no difference. Fists up. Punching away. Punch high, punch low, hooks, uppercuts, but twist that body, okay? Now again, we're going to do 3 rounds. I want you to change something every round. Experiment. Find out something about you, your body, and the exercise. So, round 1. Set yourself up, a benchmark. See how it goes. 3, 2, 1, go. Shadow boxing. So, moving your arms, moving your body, moving your feet if you can, and above all, getting yourself nicely out of breath. So change directions if you want, change heights of the target, time. Okay, now we're going to change something fundamental. Either change the speed, change the size, change the complexity of the move. Your choice which, but change something and give it a go. Me, I'm going to go faster. Okay, faster punches. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So, I'm going to throw more punches in the 20 seconds, and straight away I can feel this is tougher work. It's hard work for me throwing more punches. So by changing the speed, I've made it harder there. Okay, 1 round left. Again, change something. Change speed, change the size, change complexity. Your choice which. I'm going to do this one seated, just to show you it can be done. And what should I change? Let's change the size. Let's make it, I know what's going to happen here, but I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to test it out for real. I'm going to make it a smaller move. See if I'm right. I think I am, but I'm going to make a smaller move. Final round in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So, yep, I'm doing a small little punch. I'm doing it pretty quick, but it is a hell of a lot easier. So again, if I was, I don't know, feeling hungover or whatever in the morning, I would do a small punch, and that's a lot easier. But again, I've learned something. I've learned something about the move. I've learned something about myself. I've learned how to make myself better, or not how to make myself better. I have learned something. That is Thinking Thursday. Now, fingers crossed. Again, I've waffled. I do my usual waffling around bit. But hopefully, you've had a chance to think about yourself, think about the moves, think about the effect that they have on you, whether they're good or bad. Again, we learn from both those things. And hopefully you've learned something that you can take forwards and into the future and help you make yourself a bit better than you would otherwise. I don't know you. You are unique. You know your body best. And yeah, I have heard far too many times well-meaning, very well-meaning people say, should you be doing that? No, is that a bit too hard? If you're a bit too Sometimes, yep, there will be things out there which are too difficult, too complicated, not appropriate for us. But unless we try, we will never know. So make sure you're safe, but give it a go. Think about it yourself, and then you will know if you should be doing this or shouldn't be doing that. Don't let somebody else assume for us, okay? We're in charge of our lives. Let's be the boss, okay? Anyway, that's my thought of the day. Enjoy yourself. We're going to be back again tomorrow, Fitness Friday tomorrow, 11 o'clock. We're going to get you out of breath. We're going to do the famous 3 rules: get out of breath, stay out of breath, do it often. There are 3 golden rules for fitness. That is going to happen tomorrow on Fitness Friday. In the meantime, enjoy yourself. It is a nice, bright day out there. It's bloody cold, but it's a nice, bright day out there. So do whatever you're going to do. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy it with other people. Socially distance, obviously. Look after yourself and look after other people as well, because that's how we're going to get through this and everything else in the world. We're going to make it a better place together. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.